Hey, binge watchers. I'm going to, of course, talk to you today about the Defenders TV show. It's, of course, Netflix putting its Marvel shows together, and yes, the exact same way they were putting together the movies. They obviously followed that path. And as far as I'm concerned, successful. They did a pretty good job, I think, sewing this all together. The show starts out with, Daredevil, Luke Cage, Jessica Jones, and Iron Fist. And kind of where they were left off from their respective TV series. We actually see Iron Fist first, him with Colleen Wing, going on an investigation, see what's happened to some of their old warrior friends. That leads them right into a fight with Elektra. Then, of course, we see Jessica Jones kind of getting through the day, still trying to avoid, big trouble. Luke Cage has gotten out of prison because he has won his case, and Daredevil is retired. Actually, Matt Murdock is trying to do his best not to be Daredevil. And, of course, Elektra is still dead. Of course, now we got to... it's been, quite some time, and... Let's see, we're kind of following the Finn Jones Iron Fist at first, and I gotta say, it's great seeing him do things and be active. He's actually proactive in this, and I'll get to this right off the bat. I hate Iron Fist. I hate the show. It's terrible. It's very slow-paced. It's poorly written. Finn Jones is debatable whether he was the right choice. I think he's a fine actor, but he just does not hold it for me as far as this character is concerned. But the show does a great job of putting him in the action, and he is so much more tolerable when he is mixed up with Luke Cage, for instance, Jessica Jones, and of course Daredevil. Once he has these stronger characters to play against instead of stupid Ward Meacham, yeah, okay, he's a little bit doable on this. Not the best, I will grant you that. Like when he comes to that boardroom. Once again, boardroom scene. I don't know why Hollywood loves its boardroom. They like comic books. Oh, well, we gotta put a boardroom scene in here. Kids love those. He goes to threaten Sigourney Weaver's character. He's okay. He doesn't come across too strong. Matter of fact, he has so little presence. It's all wiped away when Sigourney Weaver walks in, who has 10,000 times more presence than he does. She just simply steps in, puts her hand on her shoulder, and go, "Oh yeah, what are we talking about? I don't know. What are we listening to this guy for?" So yeah, he's better than Iron Fist. But that's kind of what I got. Of course, we have the way this show is built. Like I said, the first couple episodes feels like you're watching 4 different TV shows as they're kind of slowly getting closer to each other. And I think it does a well job. I do wonder if they maybe should have cut it to 2 episodes by the time they got together, but by the time they get together, I think it's paced enough that once they kind of meet, it's fine. We're good. The payoff, I think, is well worth the wait. So I don't mind waiting 2.5 episodes for all that. The fight with Iron Fist and Luke Cage is wonderful. That was actually really nicely done because, yeah, he's kicking his ass real bad, and he's hitting him, and it's doing nothing. Then he starts using kung fu moves, and he's getting a little more leverage on him. And then, of course, he pulls out the glowing fist, and I love how it mimics the time we see someone try to punch Luke Cage in the face and they break their hand. This time, he almost breaks his face, so that's actually really well done. Let's see, I love the secondary characters. Each show, I think, makes use of the secondary characters pretty decently, I think. They're not too in the way, and they come in, they do what they need to do, and they get out. It's actually all very believable. I think Patty, or Trisha, when she sees that Jessica Jones knows Daredevil, she's really excited about that. That's great. I love all the scenes with Carrot and Foggy. particularly at the end when they think Matt Murdock is dead and not coming back. Those are really touching scenes. And of course, like, man, like Luke Cage and Claire like fuck instantly, and yeah, that was a smart move. Yes, and I thought that was pretty well done. And like, yeah, it's like, come on, I was waiting like whole season for that, and he just got out of prison, so I mean, of course, that's the obvious thing. If they had not done that, that would have been unbelievable. People coming back from the dead and dragons, I can buy that, but not coming back and fucking Rosario Dawson after being in jail, that would blow my suspension of disbelief. Yeah, I think it's really nice. I think it's fairly nicely paced. It couldn't have gone another episode. So when they do kind of like, run into each other during the whole fight scene, I love how well they play off each other. I haven't seen Daredevil in this much humor before. Because he's mixing up with Jessica Jones, who I think does a great job taking the piss out of each of these characters. And of course, Stick does that for everybody. So yeah, I enjoyed their camaraderie quite a bit. And there's some like geek moments to me, like Misty Art losing her arm. I was kind of hoping that would happen in the first season of Luke Cage, particularly when they had her get her arm shot. It was like, oh, okay, she's going to lose her arm. No, she's fine. Okay. So, yeah, that happens in this one. I gotta say, I enjoyed the use of color a lot in this, and I don't know if I should call it subtle or not subtle, the way they do it. I didn't notice it for quite a while, and until maybe the second episode, I started noticing, like, the tint would be blue when Jessica was there, and the tint would be red when Daredevil was in a scene, depending on who the focus was, and I really enjoyed that. And there's even some scenes where you see a sign, particularly when they get to the Chinese restaurant and take it over, there's a sign that kind of has all their colors mixed in there, which you don't notice those things right off the bat, and I think I love the way that's done, and that's what the show is trying to do. Also, one of the things I liked is this really does feel like a summer movie version of these Netflix characters. Each Daredevil, Jessica Jones, Luke Cage, and even Iron Fist, they all try to do something a bit darker. They do try to make some kind of like statements with some of their storylines. Jessica Jones talks about like sexual abuse, and Luke Cage is pretty much all in on Black Lives Matter, and else there's a lot of darkness going on in Iron Fist and Daredevil. This one is like, hey man, this is a summer movie. Let's just have these characters get together and kick the shit out of somebody. That was actually a wise move, and I think these characters work, and it doesn't go too far into being like silly and too fun. Like, you still get a sense of the seriousness within their worlds and their situations and who they are as characters. So I thought that was a really well done mix. Let's see, with the twist, they have this twist where Scobie Weaver's character is taken out 2 episodes, or I think at the end of episode 6 or something like that. And you get to see that, a possessed evil Elektra is taken over as the villain. And I think this is a kind of like a sharper version of what we've already seen before. Like, they did this with Luke Cage, where you think you got one villain and then, oh no, surprise, there's going to be a different villain. I think this one's done a little bit better, frankly, because Luke Cage did feel like the show kind of wandered for a couple episodes before you felt like, we were settled on a villain. This one does not do that. It has this build-up to the end of episode 6, which is kind of the start of the conclusion, the beginning of the 3rd act. And it felt natural, because this is what her characters had been building up to, trying to do with Elektra. And, like the old Frankenstein monster just blows up in your face. Let's see, I have no problems with sort of the history of the Hand being rewritten. This is a different continuity, so it's fine. It doesn't, I don't know, it doesn't really, like, to me, it doesn't violate anything too terrible. It does kind of give us these like 5 immortal characters. The Hand, get it? That kind of makes sense to me. The Hand will obviously continue without them. My favorite member of the Hand actually isn't even Sigourney Weaver's character. It's actually Madame Gao. What a great character that is. She's been through most of these Netflix shows, and I haven't looked up that actress's name, but she is fantastic, where she feigns being frail and then is very believable and very menacing when she fights like 2 of the most powerful members of the Defenders physically, like Luke Cage and Jessica Jones. And she's taken them on with her sort of her G DBZ pushing power, and she sells that too. At no point did I believe at no point did I not believe that she could do those things. And also, I just love it when she shows up and is creepy as shit, and she's just really good at that. And that's one of the things that I think really kind of helps sell Sigourney Weaver, besides being Sigourney Weaver, is Alexandra kind of like orders her around, and she is obviously subservient to her, and instantly you're wondering, like, wow, who is this to like order Gao around like she's an assistant. That's one of the things I liked about Weaver's performance. She has this menacing evil. She feels like she's displaying this power, but she's still in quiet desperation. You feel like, you know, she's moving up the clock because she has to. You know, her body's, you know, finally failing after all these years. And yeah, she does that so well. And she does well because she's a professional actor and she's really good at what she does. So yeah, I mean, she sells really well. I maybe wish, if I had any like nitpicks, I wish I'd maybe have seen her character like mix it up a little bit more. But we're given evidence that she could, so okay, fine. I really enjoyed this, actually. I guess my biggest complaints obviously would be, man, I suppose maybe Finn Jones. But, you know, Finn Jones is much improved in this than he was in Iron Fist. I love the fact that we don't see any of the fucking Meachums in this. Oh, I know, that's so great. They said, oh, hey, Ward is out of town. Like, great, awesome, don't want to see him. We see Colleen. I like Colleen. Okay, great. And she is very important. I love how they sew her and Misty together as characters. So yeah, if the next season of Iron Fist continues on this path, I know Misty is supposed to be appearing in Iron Fist Season 2. I understand that they have a different showrunner, so what I am really hoping is that if they can, like, speed up that pace and give Danny more Iron Fist stuff to do instead of whining to rich people, mix it up with characters that are interesting, like Colleen and Misty and whoever the hell they else choose. Maybe we could have an improved Season 2. That would be great. I would enjoy that. And I think Finn, with the right material and right direction, I think can sell the character. And I think Iron Fist is more fun when he's a little bit more light. When he's trying to be serious, I don't buy it. And I think he works better being doofier. And I would hope that's the direction they would go in. I know I'm not the biggest Iron Fist fan as a comic character, but when I like him, he's mixing up with characters, and he's kind of more fun and lighthearted. That's kind of the Iron Fist I like. The more serious Iron Fist, I don't know. He's just never been a character that I've gravitated to. So I think, obviously, that's my take on the Netflix version, obviously, as well. And, of course, the final fight between Daredevil and Elektra was actually quite fantastic. They're fighting in, like, a dragon's skeleton. Like, okay, all right, I'm with you on that. And of course we have this big kind of visual suggestion of Born Again. Now I don't know if that's their plan to do it in Season 3 or it's just a nod, but whatever, it's nice to see visually. And to be honest, I'm glad they didn't end with having us think that Murdoch was dead, because you know what? No, he's not dead, so yeah, but let's not bother faking out. So we'll see what Matt does with this. He's faked his death before, so let's see what he does here. Let's see, I'm gonna go with probably a strong 4 Ram chips. I really did enjoy this. I thought going to 8 episodes was smarter. I really did like the pace. Some of the acting, particularly the scene in the restaurant. All that stuff in the restaurant was really great. I really loved how all the actors play off each other very well. And yeah, I'm kind of down with this. I hope they do a Defenders season 2. I don't know what their plans are. I know Punisher is next, and then I suppose Daredevil and blah blah blah. I know I think they've finished shooting Jessica Jones season 2, if I remember correctly. So I don't know what the schedule is down the pike. I assume it's Punisher, Daredevil, Jessica Jones, something like that. That's my assumption. And that's what I think. So, hey, let me know in the comments below if you like the show. And don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the bell. And if you want to tip me a little bit money, you can go to my Patreon and look at the rewards. You can start at $1 and see videos early, or you can even request reviews. So, with that said, push the button, Lindsay.
They don't play the song on the radio. They don't show that it's on the radio.